Tough cuts. Tough cuts. The words echoed in my head, mocking me from my phone screen. I stared at the message, reading it for maybe the seventh time. Hey, just wanted to let you know the guest list is finalized and we had to make some difficult choices. Hope you understand. Love you. Difficult choices? I wasn't some random plus one. I wasn't a childhood neighbor they hadn't spoken to in a decade. I was her brother, my own sister Chloe, the one I'd pulled through countless dramas, heartbreaks, and late-night crises, had just axed me from her wedding like I was disposable. A hollow ache started low in my gut, disbelief turning cold in my chest. It had to be a joke, right? A really bad, poorly timed joke. My fingers felt numb as I dialed my mom. She picked up on the third ring, her voice bright and breezy. Hi, honey, what's going on? I skipped the pleasantries. I just got a text from Chloe. She said the guest list is done and I'm not on it. A slight pause hung in the air, heavy and confirming everything I feared. Oh, sweetie, my mom sighed, that familiar tone creeping in, the one that always painted me as the one making waves. It's only a wedding. Please don't turn this into a big thing. Only a wedding? Heat flared in my stomach. Are you kidding me? My voice was steady, almost unnervingly calm. Mom, I'm her brother. How am I possibly not invited to my own sister's wedding? She made that little clicking sound with her tongue, like I was a toddler mid-tantrum. It wasn't personal, honey. They just needed to keep the numbers down and… Mom, I interrupted, my patience fraying. I literally just saw Chloe's social media update. She invited 175 people. Silence. Then a brittle little laugh. Well, you know how these events get. Weddings cost a fortune, and maybe they figured you wouldn't mind sitting this one out. It felt like a physical blow. Wouldn't mind. Mom, I've dropped everything for Chloe, always. I helped her move apartments 3 times, covered a third of her rent when she lost that job, and I was the one picking up the pieces after her last fiancé bailed. But suddenly I'm not good enough to watch her get married? Oh, stop being so dramatic, my mom sighed, exasperated. It's just one single day. You're overreacting. A short, sharp laugh escaped me. Overreacting. Right. I saw the script playing out already. I'd argue Mom would deflect. Chloe might eventually text some lame excuse, and I'd be expected to roll over and forgive, just like always. But not this time. Something inside me finally fractured. If I wasn't important enough to be there, fine. I wouldn't be anywhere near it. I ended the call without saying goodbye and immediately started searching on my phone. If I wasn't going to Chloe's wedding, I was going somewhere significantly better. I needed a vacation. The more the situation stewed, the angrier I felt. I'm usually pretty laid back. I'd let so much slide before. Chloe forgetting my birthday year after year, only calling when she needed cash or a favor. Mom constantly expecting me to be the understanding one, while Chloe could seemingly do no wrong. But this felt like a deliberate shove out of the family circle. I wasn't going to sit at home feeling sorry for myself while they all played happy families at the wedding. If they didn't value me enough to include me, then they didn't get access to me when the inevitable crisis hit. I opened my laptop, the screen glowing in the dim room. Forget the wedding, I was going to Bali. If Chloe was having the best day of her life, I was damn well going to have the best week of mine. It took under 60 minutes to arrange everything. I booked a premier, all-inclusive package at a secluded resort, oceanfront suite, private plunge pool, the works. The kind of indulgence I'd always dismissed as too much. Not anymore. This wasn't just a trip, it was a message. When the wedding weekend arrived, I was already settling into my business suite on the flight, sipping a premium gin and tonic. I snapped a quick picture, my feet up, drink perfectly placed, the curved window showing clouds below. The caption? Guess I didn't make the final cut for some things, but I think I'll manage just fine. The responses started popping up almost instantly. A couple of cousins sent laughing face emojis. My Aunt Brenda, probably the most grounded person in our family, commented, "Good for you. Wish you'd taken me along." But the real kicker was the series of texts from my mom. 4 rapid-fire messages. Mom, where on earth are you? Mom, are you actually skipping your sister's wedding over this? Mom, this is incredibly petty. Mom, call me immediately. Petty? She hadn't seen anything yet. I sent back a stunning photo I found online of a Balinese beach. Pure white sand, turquoise water, lush greenery. A postcard fantasy. Then I switched my phone to airplane mode. No guilt trips today, thanks. For possibly the first time ever, I wasn't prioritizing their needs. I was prioritizing mine, and damn, it felt good. By the time I arrived in Denpasar, any lingering shred of guilt had evaporated. Stepping off the plane, the warm, humid air wrapped around me, thick with the scent of incense and tropical blossoms. A sleek black sedan waited, my private transfer, complete with cold towels and bottled water. Yep, definitely beats uncomfortable rental tuxedos and small talk. Driving along the coast, watching the waves crash, I knew I'd made the right call. Back home, they were probably in a flurry of hairspray and last-minute adjustments. Mom was likely spinning some story about why I wasn't present. Chloe was probably laughing with her bridesmaids. My absence a complete non-issue. But here, I wasn't an afterthought. I was the main event. My main event. The resort was breathtaking. The open-air lobby featured soaring ceilings, internal water gardens, and staff who greeted you with a chilled welcome drink before you even mentioned your name. My suite was paradise. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the ocean, a private terrace, and the most comfortable plush queen bed I'd ever encountered. I dropped my luggage, walked out onto the terrace, and just breathed it all in. The sound of the surf, the smell of the sea, pure peace. Then just to add a little spice, I took a photo of the view from my terrace and posted it. When one door slams shut, another opens. Ideally onto a private beach suite with endless bintangs. I knew word would get back to the family. Honestly, I hoped it stung. Let them see what being excluded felt like, just for a moment. And I was only getting warmed up. My first full day in Bali was utter bliss. It began with room service delivered to my terrace. Banana pancakes, exotic fresh fruits, and coffee that instantly ruined all other coffee for me forever. I spent the rest of the day doing exactly 0 things I didn't want to do. No demands, no family politics. Just me, the Indian Ocean, and a schedule dictated solely by my whim. Come afternoon, I was lounging by the infinity pool, a colorful cocktail sweating in my hand, watching the tide roll in. Occasionally, I'd glance at my phone, not out of obligation, but purely for entertainment, watching the reactions to my posts pile up. The comments were priceless. Cousin Ryan, dude, seriously, where are you? Aunt Brenda, okay, now you're just rubbing it in. Old college buddy, living the dream. Next time, I'm crashing. And then the notification I'd been subconsciously waiting for. Chloe viewed your story. Ah, so she noticed. I could practically picture her face, sitting there getting her makeup done, sipping cheap Prosecco, scrolling Instagram, and seeing me living it up while she dealt with pre-wedding jitters. Perfect. I leaned back, took another long sip of my drink, and silently toasted. Enjoy your special day, sis. Hope it's everything you dreamed of. But as dusk began painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, something shifted. My phone began vibrating incessantly. At first I ignored it, assuming it was more social media buzz. But then I saw the caller IDs. Mom, Chloe, cousin Ryan, even Uncle Dave. Call after call, text after text, flooding in. Curiosity piqued, I finally unlocked the screen. The first message that jumped out was from my mom. Call me. There's been an emergency. An emergency? At the wedding? I sighed, briefly debating if I should even care. Then another text from Ryan flashed. Bro, you will not believe what just went down. Okay, now I was intrigued. I sat up, swiped through the frantic messages, and quickly grasped that the universe had just served up the most ironic wedding gift imaginable. Because Chloe's perfect wedding had apparently just imploded spectacularly. I scrolled through the cascade of messages, my smirk widening with each panicked text. Ryan, bro, you seriously dodged a missile. Mom, call me this instant. This is a family emergency. Chloe, where are you? Answer me. I need you. I stretched out again on my sun lounger, took a deliberate sip of my cocktail, and kept reading. Then I found the text that made me actually laugh out loud from cousin Sarah. The groom left. Mark just walked out. Mid-reception, I nearly sputtered my drink. The groom bolted? Oh, this was richer than I could have possibly hoped for. Unable to resist, I finally texted Ryan back. What do you mean he left? Ryan, dude, during the dinner. Total chaos. He and Chloe got into this massive argument near the kitchens, and then he just left, stormed out of the resort. Ryan. Then Uncle Dave and Dad started shouting at each other about who embarrassed the family more. Grandma was crying. The venue manager shut down the open bar early. It's a dumpster fire. I leaned my head back, grinning widely. My sister, who had made it crystal clear she didn't need or want me at her wedding, was now suddenly desperate for my presence. I could almost hear my mother's inevitable plea. You have to come back and fix this. Chloe's heartbroken. Yeah, hard pass. I opened the next message from Chloe herself. Answer your phone. Please answer. I need you right now. Funny how quickly I became essential again. I took a calming breath, then typed out a concise reply. Sorry, kind of preoccupied enjoying my overreaction. Hope the wedding was memorable. To Russie. And then with immense satisfaction, I blocked her number. Blocked my mom's. Blocked Ryan's, just to prevent him from becoming their messenger pigeon. Finally, I activated Do Not Disturb mode, signaled the poolside waiter, and ordered another cocktail. While my family imploded back home, I was in paradise. And for the first time in a long time, their drama felt wonderfully distant. The following morning, I woke to the gentle rhythm of waves hitting the shore and the fragrance of frangipani drifting in through the open terrace doors. I stretched luxuriously, yawned, and for a sweet, fleeting moment, the chaos back home felt like a hazy dream. Almost. Then I glanced at my phone. Despite the blocks, I had over 30 missed calls from unknown or blocked numbers. They were getting creative. A couple of voicemails had somehow gotten through. Curiosity winning, I tapped play on the first one. Mom's voice, tight with panic. I don't know what game you think you're playing, but this is not the time for your little sulk. Your sister is falling apart and we need you here. This family needs to pull together now. I rolled my eyes and hit delete. Next voicemail, Chloe, her voice thick with tears. I don't get why you're doing this to me. You're supposed to be my brother. I really need you. Please, just call me. Click. Deleted. The third one made me chuckle. Ryan whispering dramatically, like a spy in a bad movie. Dude, Mom and Aunt Brenda are plotting to ambush you at your apartment when you land. Fair warning. Also, Grandma keeps telling everyone the wedding was cursed because you weren't invited. It's actually kind of amazing. That one I kept. I tossed the phone onto the bedspread and stepped out onto the terrace. The early morning sun cast long shadows, turning the ocean into liquid gold. I took a deep cleansing breath, soaking in the warmth. Back home, they were undoubtedly in full damage control mode. Meanwhile, here I was, sipping rich Balinese coffee in a plush robe, savoring the fallout from a distance. And the irony wasn't lost on me. They were finally experiencing a taste of what I felt when they cut me out. Ignored, sidelined, unimportant. Poetic justice, really. But I wasn't quite finished. I picked up my phone, artfully arranged my breakfast tray, those perfect pancakes, vibrant tropical fruit, a glistening mimosa, and snapped a picture. The caption, starting another day completely stress-free. Hope everyone back home is managing okay. Then just for kicks, I scrolled through the block call log, smiled at the sheer volume of their desperation, and ordered a second mimosa. No way was I calling them. They made this mess. They could clean it up. I was officially off duty. Around midday, I was settled into a private beachfront cabana, nursing something cold and fruity with a tiny paper umbrella, when my phone buzzed with a text notification. It was from cousin Sarah. Okay, I know you're ignoring everyone, and honestly, you have every right to be. But you need to hear what happened after the reception blew up. Call me. This is gold. I raised an eyebrow. Sarah was usually the voice of reason in the family circus. If she said it was worth hearing, it probably was. So breaking my own rule, I called her. She answered instantly. Oh my God, you actually picked up, she exclaimed, her voice buzzing with suppressed laughter. Okay, quick, are you somewhere comfortable? I glanced around my shaded cabana, the turquoise ocean stretching out before me, the ice clinking in my glass. Yeah, Sarah, I think I can handle it. Sarah let out a giddy laugh. Okay, so after Mark, the groom, totally bailed, Chloe went into absolute meltdown mode. Not just crying, full-on screaming, yelling, apparently threw a centerpiece at one of the bridesmaids. I smirked into my drink. Sounds like classic Chloe. But Sarah wasn't done, her voice lowering conspiratorially. While everyone was trying to scrape her off the ceiling, Mom overheard Aunt Brenda muttering that this whole train wreck could have been avoided if you'd been there. I blinked, surprised. Wait, seriously? Sarah giggled. Totally. Brenda was apparently going on about how you're always the one who calms Chloe down or fixes her messes. Said if you'd been there, you would have talked Mark off the ledge or just managed the whole crisis like you always end up doing. I started laughing, a genuine, hearty laugh this time. So let me process this. The same relatives who booted me from the wedding are now somehow blaming me for not being present to save it? Oh, it gets so much better, Sarah chirped. Mom overheard Brenda and told her she was being completely unfair, and then they started having a shouting match right there in the ruined reception hall. Then Grandma jumped in, declaring that Chloe brought this bad luck on herself by disrespecting family and angering the spirits by not inviting her only brother. I nearly choked on my cocktail. Sarah was full on cackling now. Grandma gave Chloe this epic lecture in front of everyone left, saying things like, "If you knew how to treat your brother right, maybe you wouldn't be standing here abandoned in your fancy dress." I leaned back, shaking my head with amusement. Wow. That's actually beautiful. And wait, Sarah added breathlessly, your mom apparently tried calling Mark's parents to smooth things over, and his mom just laughed, literally laughed, and said, "She's your daughter. This is your circus now." I had to set my drink down before I spilled it from laughing too hard. "So," I managed, catching my breath, "what's Chloe doing now?" Sarah sighed dramatically, still crying apparently, still blaming everyone but herself. Last I heard, she was desperately trying to figure out if there's any way to salvage the honeymoon trip. But honestly, the whole thing's a write-off. I shook my head again, a wide grin plastered on my face. You know the truly best part of all this? What's that? I took a slow, deliberate sip of my drink. I honestly don't care. Sarah howled with laughter. You know what? Good for you. I don't blame you one bit. Just figured you'd appreciate the cosmic justice update. Oh, I definitely appreciate it, I said, smirking. Thanks for the intel, Sarah. Anytime, she replied cheerfully. Enjoy Bali. And seriously? You absolutely did the right thing. I ended the call feeling a profound sense of satisfaction wash over me. They'd wanted a wedding without me involved, and through their own actions, they got a spectacular failure instead. I picked up my glass, raised it towards the shimmering ocean, and silently toasted my own excellent decision-making. Then I switched my phone off completely, leaned back in the cabana, and let the gentle sea breeze carry away any last residue of family obligation. For the remainder of that glorious day, I didn't even glance at my phone. I booked a sunset catamaran cruise on a whim, let the warm wind whip through my hair, and later enjoyed an incredible 5-star dinner with my feet practically in the sand. While my family was undoubtedly navigating the awkward fallout of Chloe's wedding catastrophe, I was savoring the best grilled snapper I'd ever tasted. A fleeting thought crossed my mind. Maybe I should feel a tiny bit bad for her. Then I instantly recalled the cold, dismissive text message cutting me out. Nope. Guilt evaporated. I took another sip of crisp white wine, snapped one final photo of the stunning sunset over the water, and posted it with a simple, 2-word caption, "Zero regrets." Then, smiling contentedly, I powered my phone down again. Let them deal with their drama. My role as family fixer was officially retired. The next morning, I awoke feeling incredibly light. No residual guilt, no simmering resentment, no looming family crisis demanding my immediate intervention. Just me, the soothing sound of the surf, and a whole day stretching before me, promising nothing but pure relaxation. I stretched languidly, ordered breakfast to my suite, and then, purely out of morbid curiosity, switched my phone back on. Bad move. Instantly, it lit up like a Christmas tree. Mom, you need to stop this childish behavior and call me now. Chloe, I cannot believe you are doing this to me. You are unbelievably selfish. Mom, this isn't amusing anymore. Chloe is devastated. Don't you have a heart? Block number, probably Aunt Brenda. We have to salvage this family before it's completely broken. I sighed, shaking my head at the sheer audacity. The whiplash from being persona non grata to suddenly being the essential family savior was almost comical. Then a text from Sarah caught my attention. Okay, know you're ignoring the chaos, but quick heads up. Your mom is trying to organize a family summit to have a big talk when you get back. Be prepared. I actually laughed out loud. A family summit? Oh, they really thought I was just going to walk back into the firestorm like nothing happened? Let them lecture me, guilt trip me, and then sweep it all under the rug? Not a chance in hell. I fired off a quick reply to Sarah. Appreciate the warning, but I won't be attending. Sarah, wait, what? What do you mean? Me? I mean, I just extended my trip. They wanted to cut me out? Fine by me. Consider me cut out for the foreseeable future. I could almost feel her shocked but impressed vibe through the phone. A moment later, her reply came. Okay, that is legendary. You have to spill all the details when you eventually return. Whenever that might be, Lemio. Smiling, I put down my phone and pulled up my laptop. A few swift clicks, a confirmation email later, and my Balinese escape was officially extended by another glorious week. No family interventions, no forced apologies, no family summits. Just me, the ocean, and the tranquility they consistently disrupted. And the sweetest part? There wasn't a single thing they could do about it. Before heading down to the beach, I composed one final text message, sent individually to Mom and Chloe. Funny how now you suddenly need me around. Sorry, still busy enjoying my overreaction. Have fun sorting out your mess. Then with finality, I blocked both their numbers again, this time maybe for good. I placed my phone face down on the table, signaled for a fresh juice, and let the tropical sun warm my skin. No guilt, no stress, absolutely zero regrets, just profound peace. It was without a doubt the best decision I had ever made.